What is scope and sequence? It's very easy. If you ask a kid in the pre-K through second grade demographic, you say, you just saw a movie. What happened? Well, they tell you their favorite part first, and then they tell you this other part, then there was something else. But they will not often tell you the entire story, bit by bit by bit, all the way through, or even give you some kind of synopsis that makes sense all the way through. So that's just the way their brains work. They go to what they enjoyed. But in order to become literate, in order to deal with literacy, you have to have some sense of where the story is going, where it started, where it's going, that kind of thing. So the stories I tell for this age group are set up so that each event in the story leads directly through another event. They're connected to each other. And the way that the story is built, by the end of the story, the students can do it all with me. There's a lot of repetition, and as they go through the tale, they figure out the structure of the tale. And then it's just a question of figuring out what happened event to event. And the way the events are put together, that's an easy thing to do. So example, Epaminondas. His mother gets really mad at him, and she sends him to his grandmother's house, and he gets there, he knocks on the door, pump, pump, pump. His grandma says, "Why, Epaminondas? It's good to see you. What are you doing here?" And Epaminondas says, "Mama sent me here because I was driving her crazy." But that's okay, because even if you make your mama crazy, your grandma will always love you. They had a good day. Anyway, so whatever they do that day, it's different, right? So the first day, they work in the kitchen, and then his grandmother makes a chocolate cake. And she gives him a piece, and she tells him to take it home. And he squishes it between his fingers, and his mother says, "Oh, Epaminondas, you ain't got the sense you was born with. That is not how you bring home cake. When you got cake or something small like that, take your hat off, put it on top of your head, and put your hat back on so you will not smash it. Can you remember that?" And he says, "Okay, Mama." And then a week later, he goes back, and his grandma gives him butter. And on the way out, he says, "How did my mama say to bring stuff home?" And inevitably, the kids would say, "Oh, put it on your hat." And he does. As soon as he does that, and he puts his hat on, I say, "It was a really hot day." And then you hear the kids, "It's going to melt, it's going to melt." And sure enough, it does melt. And he gets home, and his mother goes, "Oh, how could you do this?" And then she gives him, examples for, if it's running, put it in the water. So that each time he comes home, he gets different example. He's destroyed a different thing. When they go back to retell it, they can use the visual images they have, and they'll help them remember how to get through that story. So that's scope and sequence, and why storytelling works with that.